Every 40 seconds, another American suffers a stroke. Each year, more than 795,000 people experience one, and for over 600,000 of them, it's the first time. That means it's not rare, it's routine. But here's what most people don't realize. Up to 80% of strokes can be prevented, according to the CDC. The key isn't found in a hospital or a pill bottle. It's hiding right inside your kitchen, in your salt shaker, and even more often, in your pantry. On average, Americans consume over 3,300 milligrams of sodium a day, far above the recommended 2,300 milligrams. For those with high blood pressure, which includes most adults over 55, experts at the American Heart Association suggest aiming closer to 1,500 milligrams daily. But here's the real surprise. More than 70% of that salt doesn't come from what you sprinkle on food. It comes from packaged snacks, restaurant meals, and fast food, the everyday convenience foods we trust. Think of sodium as a slow leak in your arteries. You don't feel it right away, but over time it raises blood pressure, stiffens blood vessels, and quietly damages the brain and heart. So before you reach for that bag of chips or the drive-through combo, remember this quick check. On every label, find the percent daily value for sodium. If it says 5% or less, that's low. If it's 20% or more, that's high. It's a small habit, but one that can help you stay clear-headed, strong, and independent long into your 70s. Because protecting your heart and brain doesn't start at the doctor's office. It starts at the grocery shelf and right on your plate. The hidden chain. Reaction inside your body. Here's how it happens, and it's simpler than you think. When you consume too much sodium, your body holds on to extra water to dilute it. That extra fluid increases the volume and pressure of blood pushing against your artery walls. Over time, this constant pressure damages the inner lining of your blood vessels, causing small tears that attract fat and cholesterol. Those scars slowly turn into plaques, a process called atherosclerosis. As arteries stiffen and narrow, blood flow to the brain weakens, paving the way for a stroke. Even more concerning, studies show that ultra-processed foods, like packaged snacks and fast food, can raise the risk of heart disease and stroke even when sodium levels are controlled. The culprit isn't just salt. It's the combination of refined oils, additives, and chemical preservatives that trigger chronic inflammation in your bloodstream. That's why the FDA urges adults to limit processed foods and aim for a balanced, whole food diet to protect the heart and brain. Number 1. Potato chips. Small bag, big impact. They're light, crunchy, and dangerously easy to overeat. A single ounce of regular potato chips, about one handful, packs around 150 milligrams of sodium, according to Nutritionics. Flavored versions like BBQ or sour cream and onion push that number even higher. The trouble starts when you forget that one small bag often contains 2 to 3 servings, not one. Finish the whole bag, and you've already added 500–600 milligrams of sodium, nearly a quarter of the daily limit recommended by the CDC. For most adults, that limit is 2,300 milligrams per day. For those over 55 or with high blood pressure, the ideal target is closer to 1,500 milligrams. That means a few handfuls of chips can quietly push you into the danger zone long before dinner. But the real risk isn't just the salt you taste, it's what happens afterward. Excess sodium pulls water into your bloodstream, raising blood pressure and putting constant strain on aging arteries. Meanwhile, the fried oils and lack of fiber in chips weaken heart health and promote inflammation, making vessels stiff and prone to damage. Over months and years, this silent stress adds up, turning a harmless snack into a hidden trigger for stroke and heart disease. So here's a simple fix. Enjoy chips occasionally, but pour out one serving instead of eating straight from the bag. That small habit helps protect your blood pressure, your heart, and your independence. Number 2. Pretzels and salty crackers. The healthy snack that isn't they seem harmless. Baked, light, and often labeled as a better choice than chips. But pretzels and salty crackers can quietly load your body with salt. According to Campbell's Food Service and DaVita Nutrition data, 1 ounce, about 19 mini pretzels, contains 230–320 milligrams of sodium. That's only a few small bites. The real problem is portion size. Most people eat 2 or 3 servings at once, taking in 700–900 milligrams of sodium without realizing it. Even lightly salted or low-fat versions often remain high in sodium. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration warns that any product with 20% or more of the daily value for sodium per serving is considered high in salt, and pretzels easily reach that level. Too much sodium makes your body retain water, raising blood pressure and putting pressure on aging arteries. For adults over 55, this silent strain increases the risk of stroke and heart disease, especially when combined with refined flour and low fiber. So while pretzels may look lighter than chips, they can deliver the same cardiovascular impact if eaten mindlessly. The better choice? Go for unsalted or whole grain versions, or replace them with low-sodium crackers made from oats or seeds. You'll still get that satisfying crunch, but without forcing your heart to work overtime. Number 3. Processed meats. The salty danger in disguise. They smell delicious, crisp in the pan, and bring back comfort food memories. But processed meats like bacon, ham, sausage, and deli slices carry one of the highest sodium and preservative loads in the American diet. According to data published in PubMed Central, PMC, these products contain not only large amounts of sodium, but also nitrites and nitrates, which form harmful compounds called nitrosamines when cooked or stored for long periods. These chemicals can damage the inner lining of blood vessels, promote inflammation, and accelerate plaque buildup, the foundation of heart disease and stroke. Each slice of deli ham or sausage link can add 300 to 600 milligrams of sodium, and a single breakfast of bacon and eggs may exceed half of the daily sodium limit recommended by the CDC. Over time, this steady intake raises blood pressure and makes arteries less elastic, forcing the heart to work harder. Multiple large-scale studies reviewed by The Lancet and BMJ have found that people who regularly consume processed meats have a 15–25% higher risk of stroke and cardiovascular events compared to those who eat little or none. The risk rises even more in older adults, whose kidneys and blood vessels are less able to handle salt overload. So what's the smarter swap? Choose fresh or roasted lean meats like chicken, turkey, or salmon instead of deli cuts. And if you enjoy the flavor of bacon, use it as a small garnish, not the main course. It's a simple adjustment that protects your arteries, your brain, and your independence. Number 4. Pizza, America's favorite salty secret. Few foods feel as comforting as a hot slice of pizza. But beneath that golden cheese and soft crust hides one of the biggest sodium sources in the American diet. According to my food data, a single slice of cheese pizza, about 107 grams, contains around 640 milligrams of sodium. 2 slices, which most people consider a light meal, already deliver 1,280–1,400 milligrams, or nearly 60% of the recommended daily limit. Add pepperoni, sausage, or extra cheese, and the total can exceed 2,000 milligrams in one sitting, almost the entire day's worth of salt. The problem doesn't come from one ingredient alone. Salt hides in the dough, the tomato sauce, and the cheese, each layer adding more sodium to the mix. Fast food chains push it even higher with processed meats and salty cheese blends to keep customers hooked. The result? A meal that spikes blood pressure, retains water, and slowly damages artery walls. For older adults, especially those with high blood pressure, pizza isn't just comfort food. It's a silent threat. Over time, frequent high-sodium meals like this can stiffen blood vessels and increase the risk of stroke, heart attack, and kidney strain. The good news is, you don't have to give it up entirely. Make your own using whole grain crust, low-sodium cheese, fresh veggies, and lean protein. You'll enjoy the same flavor while cutting your sodium by half, because protecting your heart and brain isn't about avoiding pizza. It's about choosing smarter slices. Number 5. Flavored chips, the ultra-processed trap. They taste exciting: smoky BBQ, tangy ranch, creamy sour cream and onion, but flavored chips are among the most heavily processed snacks you can buy. Each handful isn't just potatoes and oil. It's a mix of refined starch, artificial seasonings, flavor enhancers, and preservatives, all designed to make you crave more. According to research published in the BMJ, diets high in ultra-processed foods, UPF, are strongly linked to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease and stroke, even when salt and fat levels are similar to less processed foods. That means the danger goes beyond sodium. It's the chemical load and inflammatory response triggered by these additives that quietly wear down the heart and blood vessels over time. Flavored chips also tend to have more sodium than regular ones, with some brands exceeding 250-300 milligrams per ounce, plus hidden sugars and MSG-like flavor compounds that keep your brain hooked. Over time, these ingredients contribute to chronic inflammation, high blood pressure, and arterial stiffness, a dangerous trio for anyone over 55. The good news? You can still enjoy the crunch without the chemical storm. Choose plain, lightly salted chips, or, better yet, snack on air-popped popcorn, roasted chickpeas, or baked veggie chips seasoned with herbs instead of synthetic powders. You'll satisfy your craving, protect your arteries, and stay in control of your salt intake. Because when it comes to flavored chips, the real flavor you're getting isn't spice, it's risk. Number 6. Salted or buttered popcorn. The snack that tricks you. It smells cozy, tastes light, and feels guilt-free. But microwave popcorn isn't always the healthy choice it appears to be. Depending on the brand, a single serving can pack 200 to 650 milligrams of sodium, and most bags contain 3 servings or more. That means one movie night can quietly add over 1,000 milligrams of salt before you even realize it. Data from My Food Data and Smart Label show that flavored or movie theater-style popcorn also contains added saturated fats from butter flavoring or palm oil, which further strain the heart. While the FDA banned partially hydrogenated oils, trans fats, in 2018 with a full phase-out by 2020, the danger today comes from the combination of high sodium and saturated fat, not trans fat itself. This mix raises blood pressure and promotes arterial stiffness, 2 key drivers of stroke in older adults. The problem isn't popcorn itself, it's how it's prepared. Air-popped popcorn is naturally high in fiber and low in sodium, making it a heart-friendly snack. But once it's drenched in butter flavoring and salt, its benefits disappear. So if you love that warm crunch, make your own at home. Use air-popped kernels, add a drizzle of olive oil or avocado oil, and sprinkle herbs or nutritional yeast instead of salt. You'll still get the satisfying flavor without the sodium spike. Because popcorn doesn't have to hurt your heart, it just depends on what you add to it. Number 7. Fast food combos, a salt bomb in disguise. They're quick, cheap, and everywhere. But a typical fast food combo of a burger or fried chicken with fries and a soda can quietly load your system with 1,500 to 2,500 milligrams of sodium in one sitting, according to the CDC. That's enough to exceed the entire daily limit for most adults in a single meal. The salt doesn't just come from one item, it's hidden in every layer: the seasoned meat, cheese, bun, fries, and even the sauces. Each bite delivers another dose of sodium, pushing your blood pressure higher with every chew. For someone over 55, especially those managing hypertension, this creates a perfect storm for heart strain and stroke risk. The American Heart Association recommends keeping sodium under 2,300 milligrams per day, and ideally around 1,500 milligrams for older adults or those with high blood pressure. That means just one fast food meal can use up your entire sodium budget for the day. Even healthier options like grilled chicken sandwiches or salads can hide 600 decrum 1,000 milligrams of salt, mainly in dressings and marinades. So, what can you do? Check nutrition info before ordering and look for meals labeled low sodium, 140 milligrams or less per serving. Skip the extra sauces, share the fries, and drink water instead of soda. These small swaps can cut your sodium intake by half without giving up convenience. Fast food doesn't have to be the enemy, but when it's loaded with salt, it becomes a ticking clock for your arteries. Connection, the cumulative effect. Each of these salty snacks might seem harmless on its own. A handful of chips here, a slice of pizza there, small choices that barely register day to day. But when you add them up over weeks and months, the effect becomes powerful and dangerous. Excess sodium slowly raises blood pressure, forcing your heart to push harder through stiffening arteries. Over time, these vessels become thick and rigid, a condition called atherosclerosis, the silent foundation of both ischemic and hemorrhagic stroke, especially common among adults aged 55 to 75. According to the American Heart Association, simply reducing sodium intake by 1,000 milligrams per day can lead to measurable improvements in blood pressure and overall heart health. That means even one smart change, skipping salty snacks, cooking at home, or choosing low-sodium options, can start repairing years of damage. Your arteries don't heal overnight, but they do respond. Every milligram you cut helps your heart work easier, your brain stay sharper, and your body remain independent longer. No one suffers a stroke because of a single snack today. It's the thousands of salty bites over the years that quietly build up the damage. The good news? You can start reversing that pattern with your very next meal. From now on, take back control one simple step at a time. Count your portions and always check the percent daily value for sodium on food labels. Choose low sodium or unsalted versions whenever possible. Your heart won't miss the extra salt, but it will notice the relief. Make small swaps that matter. Air pop popcorn instead of buttered homemade pizza with fresh ingredients, and grilled chicken or fish instead of processed meats. These small, consistent decisions protect your blood vessels, keep your brain sharp, and preserve your independence as you age. Because in the end, it's not salt that's in control, it's you.